Okay, day two of the Chicago scene on the road, Southwest Michigan and South Haven, the Friends Goodwill tall ship. That's that thing back there. We're gonna learn all about what it is and what did it do back in the day in the early 1800s here in the United States. So let's go for a little sail, huh? All right, so we're on the Friends Goodwill and I'm with Captain
Bob.
Captain Bob, and he's kind of going to explain a little bit of what this boat's all about. So how you doing, Captain Bob?
I'm doing really good today. We're glad to have you guys on board our tall ship Friends Goodwill from the Michigan Maritime Museum here in South Haven. Friends Goodwill is a replica of an 1810 merchant ship that has a quite colorful history. She's a topsail sloop built in 2004 for the museum. Colorful history. Our ship was built by a merchantman back in 1811 on the banks of the Detroit River. It was very successful in the merchant trade. It had done some historical trips that made it so famous. She had taken a trip from Fort Dearborn, which is present-day Chicago, up to Mackinac Island right prior to the beginning of the War of 1812. When Friends Goodwill got to Mackinac Island, unbeknownst to them, the island had been captured by the British. So when Friends Goodwill...
That's unfortunate.
When Friends Goodwill pulled in, the British flew the American flag as a ruse, drawing them in. When they got anchored, the British flag went up. Troops came out and confiscated the ship as a prize of war. They renamed Friends Goodwill Little Belt and put her into service for the British Navy. She was equipped with some armament, a couple of 6-pound guns up towards the bow and a 9-pound pivoting gun here amidships, and went down to Lake Erie as part of the British naval fleet. The U.S. didn't have much of a navy back then until a young commodore by the name of Oliver Hazard Perry was commissioned to build a fleet and engage the British in a battle, which he did. And that's known as the Battle of Lake Erie, and that's the battle where the Americans captured the entire British fleet. In fact, the British fleet surrendered to Perry, the only time in history that a British fleet surrendered to anybody, and that was to Oliver Hazard Perry. Wow. So Friends Goodwill now became part of the American Navy. She retained the name Little Belt to spite the British of her recapture, and she did basically what she was built to do, and that was carry cargo and troops back and forth to the lower Great Lakes.
And you said that, or somebody said that it's equivalent to about 2 semi-loads.
About 2 semi-loads, 44 gross tonnage of cargo capacity. So it was a workhorse of the Great Lakes.
And specifically between Detroit and Buffalo for this particular ship, right?
That was her main shipping grounds, but she did take those contracts for Oliver Williams.
Hence Lake Michigan, where she got in trouble.
Michigan, where she got in trouble. That trip from Detroit up to Mackinac Island, and then from Mackinac Island down to Fort Dearborn.
How long would that take now on this?
On this would take about 4 or 5 days, depending on the wind.
Oh, that's not too bad.
No, that's pretty reasonable.
That's a long way up and around like that.
It is. So that would be one leg of the trip, say the trip up from Detroit to Mackinac, and then the trip down. So it would take a good week to 10 days.
All right, we made it back. Friends Goodwill Tall Ships, Michigan Maritime Museum. If you want to book your private cruise on that ship, it's incredible. Kids liked it, a lot of fun, and that ends part of the journey here in South Haven, Michigan. We'll see what we get into next. So we did a little bike riding, went on that tall ship, which is incredible, and now we're at the beach, and that's where we're gonna stay till the end of the day. Socially distant and the whole thing at the beach, except for the seagulls. They seem to be everywhere. But that is South Haven. This is the Chicago scene on the road. So enjoy the sights and sounds of the beautiful beach. All right, we're back on the road again. The Chicago scene around the lake road trip. We're on the west coast of Michigan, which is the east coast of Lake Michigan, riding up, stop in Saugatuck for some coffee, because why not? Coffee, you get recommended, you go to it. So Uncommon Ground was the coffee place. Driving through those Saugatuck, it's beautiful. This wasn't part of the stop, really, but I'm glad that we stopped to check it out, because the downtown is absolutely beautiful. Right on the water, it's got a charming little place, like this place right here, Pumpernickel's. And then you got, like an old school drugstore. And then just the town itself is gorgeous. You got, let's see if I can walk out here without getting hit by a car. But look how pretty that is down that way. And then you got the water down that way. And like I said, here's that drugstore, the Saugatuck drugstore. Anyhow, so that's the first stop on this leg of the journey. Saugatuck, coffee, and other things. Well, growing up in Chicago, you hear about Holland, Michigan. Not many of the people I know have been there, but that's why I thought we'd pull off in Holland, Michigan because of that. The Windmill Island Farm with the giant windmill is pretty fantastic. So I'm just going to take a scotch and look at that. Isn't that pretty? And then you can read all about it right here. So this is just north of Saugatuck. Not that far from Chicago, actually. I would say it's probably overall 3 hours, 3.5 hours-ish. Holland, Michigan, though, with the big giant windmill, and then there's like a little village back here and an organ, a street organ that plays. I'm going to go over there in a second, but that's what it looks like right there. Okay, so I'm in this Windmill Island in Holland, Michigan, and the street organ started playing. So I thought, why not run over here and check it out? Because it's not like anything I've ever seen before. I mean, it's a street organ. It's a giant organ in a barn. So I'm gonna flip this around, see if we can get it before it stops playing. Cool is that, huh? Ooh, there I am. That was pretty cool. That's called a street organ, or in this case, a shed organ. I don't know. Either way, organ nonetheless. Kind of got a ballpark vibe slash carnival vibe here. And then these flags behind me is a war memorial. So pretty cool here at this little stop here in Holland, Michigan. So I'm gonna hop in the car in a second. I gotta find my family and see where they went, and then on to the next. I said it a couple times now. One of the best things about a road trip is what you find along the way of your destination, in particular this one, around Lake Michigan. Found House of Flavors in Ludington, Michigan. It's about halfway between Chicago and Traverse City. A little bit more than halfway, but it's pretty close. It's old school place. Started in the late 40s, and it's been around for over 70 years. It has got all the trappings of what makes like old-fashioned soda fountains so unique and so nostalgic. This place has it all, from the 50s era music to the malts and ice cream flavors. I'll tell you, we did not have anything short to fill our stomachs with the awesome ice cream here. So very cool place to stop, and it's right by this giant lighthouse, which I think I'm going to try to hit next. So hopefully I do, and then this video will actually make sense that I said something about a lighthouse. But either way, House of Flavors, right? House of Flavors here in Ludington, in on the coast of Michigan, on the road trip, Chicago scene on the road. Let's see what's up next. All right, the Chicago scene, stopping at the Arcadia Scenic Turnout in Arcadia, Michigan. And I gotta say, I've never seen anything quite like this. I mean, I'm gonna flip this around. I'm gonna show you, like, look at this. That's Lake Michigan, obviously, but look at that. That's incredible. And then you got that view down there, which looks like the Caribbean. I gotta say, I've been to California and Hawaii, and the turnoffs they have alongside mountains are pretty great. This is, I mean, it's right up there. You have this turnoff that goes up a few flights of stairs, but it's absolutely stunning. You can see the flight of stairs down there and the folks making their way up and down the stairs. It's just a turn off. It's, I mean, for Midwesterners, there's mountains up this way because it's, I mean, they're not hills. And then you just have this beautiful lakefront. and the sun hitting it and the waves. So I'm going to be quiet and I'll just let you enjoy it for a second. So again, this is Arcadia Turnoff up Highway 31 here in Michigan, and it's just stunning. It's just gorgeous. It is. So stay here for a little bit and enjoy it, and I'll let you watch